Get them just to lay it straight across their body and they're completely covered. When I come in, I whack the second towel over the top, hold it up the top here, and then I'll just drag this bottom towel down a little bit. Watch where your towel is. I never do it in clinic, but half the time when I'm doing a demo, this towel will end up popping out. I know how wide this one is though, so we've got all the way up to the top of the hip still covered here. So if I want to do back massage, and that's normally your first area, you've been working neck and shoulder and then upper back, I'll leave the front of the towel there, and to expose the back, making sure this bottom towel is high enough that you're actually covering up to the, around about the top of the undies there. All I need to do is take this towel here, you leave your arm where it is, and I flick it forward. And now I've got a back exposed. What I will do is, when I'm massaging, I'll square you up a little bit more so I can get into that back. For the moment, it doesn't matter too much. And then take the top of the bottom towel and tuck that into the top of the undies. And so then you can drape down a little bit, you can expose just the top of the hip. Okay? So you've got a nice drape going on there. When I want to work on the belly and the lower back, so this all becomes a game of how we fold our towels around. It's a little bit more intricate than you do with your normal draping. So when I want to work there, I watch where my towels and hands are. I'm going to get you to just bring that arm up a little higher, just hold your other arm there, so they're across the chest. And I can bring that bottom towel up. I'm going to expose the belly, and you can see I've got a nice bit of belly exposure there. Do you mind if I just tuck that under the top of your belly? Actually, I have a belly to work on that's the right shape this time. I love that. So I can bring that just underneath there, tuck it on the side of the belly. And the second towel, so you're just going to be uncovered here, into the top of the undies still from the back massage. And I'm going to bring it around the bottom of the belly, and then we can tuck in there again. So at the moment, the amount of belly that we're going to work on is just here. So still not too much here. Okay? We get around that 30 plus 35 weeks, and that can actually become a real large amount of belly that's becoming exposed. So then you've got a lot of area to do a bit of belly massage. Now with the belly massage, that's a give or take. You're going to get the belly massage today. You've got no option today, you're here as my model. But with your client, it's up to them if they want to get it done. Some women just don't want you touching the belly. They have bad experiences with everyone coming up and poking and rubbing their belly the whole pregnancy. But those that I've done it on, and it is probably about half-half, really do enjoy it. Okay? And so we do some work working with the belly and the back and across the belly. When we want to re-drape, we just pull that towel out of there, it pops back up a little bit, fold this one back down, and we've got them covered up again. Side of leg, you're trying to tuck into jeans here, that'll be interesting to start with. Side of leg, I want this towel out of the way now. And our top towel, this is for any side of leg here, and this is for any time you're actually draping someone, the back draping and the leg draping for anybody laying on their side. So this isn't just pregnancy massage only, it's any side leg draping. So what we try and do is work perpendicular to the line of the thigh. If you remember that with the edge of this towel, and try and get the middle of the towel there, then we're going to be really good with trying to get this draping happening. Otherwise it gets really confusing. So your first thing to do is actually turn that towel so it's running crossways to the thigh. That's about the midpoint there. It's an exceptionally long towel, this one. And what I want to do, I'm going to be standing behind the client, so I don't need to worry about any draping issues here because I'm not going to see anything. Okay? We're not going to have you standing there in the video when I actually do the draping. But I'm going to bring the towel in and just keep it a little bit discreet here. Bring the towel up on the inside of the leg there. This towel normally sits where it should, and I can tuck into the side of the undies here. With that tucked, I can just get you just to lift the knee there. I normally don't have to hold here, so stay. Just lift that little bit, and I can tuck in under here, relax down, and now I can get to, bring that towel out, I can get to quad, I can get to basta slap, I can get to glutes, I can get to the hammies. So everywhere except the adductors. We term this one the adult nappy. It works really well for side laying massage, it's really good for hip problems. So don't forget this, we'll use this again in semester just on each other as just regular side of leg release. Okay? It's a tricky one, but it works really well. To undrape it, we just take it from there, pull the towel back down, and then you can square back up. Okay, so trying to do it at normal speed, so it looks a little bit better. Bring that towel down there, try a pierce there. I'm going to fake a tuck there, little lift, and under here. Okay? You can see if you've got a tiny little towel, it's not going to work. If you tuck here, before you tuck up here, you're going to shorten all this side of towel and you're not actually going to be able to lift up to expose the side of those glutes. Okay, so tuck up as high as you can into the undies first and then tuck under the knee. Right? And they don't have to lift their leg up much, it's only just a slight little knee lift and you don't even have to worry now. I'll put that back out. And if we're in our own clinic, it's really easy to move these towels around, we're all good. Again, this towel isn't as wide as I would normally use. It is a bar sheet, but it's longer, more than wide. So get yourself, even if it's a normal sheet, like a bed sheet, okay, single sheet, so that you've got the width there. I will bring that one up here when I go to roll my client over. And as you can see, this one's not going to be quite wide enough. But if I've got that extra couple of inches, I can move quite easily. Now you're going to take that towel with you. I don't care what happens to my bolster, it's just going to hit the deck. Okay, I'll pick it up and bring it over this side when my client's rolled over. So what I'm going to do here, let's come around to the front, is often a lot easier for the client. I'm just going to pick this towel up here. It's going to be wide enough to come. Even there, at that width, I'm not going to see anything unless she goes somewhere. As we see, people around the room, this isn't going to be discreet. And you're going to try and roll over to the other side. Just going to spin over. Now this can take you a couple of minutes when we're talking, you know, late stages of pregnancy. Alex is moving very, very quickly there for us. And I'll bring, have you still got that top towel cover in? And we just kind of deal with wherever that's landed. Okay, you can try and fix it up and have it nicely draped in the back again. Normally it's enough as long as their chest is covered and we can get to their back, we're happy. And so then from this side, it's just to drag down, tuck into the top of the undies to be set up for the back massage. And again, when I want to work the back, so I'm going to tuck in here, tuck in there. I can drag that bit of towel there forward and I can work on the back, and you're actually a lot more square there for me this time, which is good. If I want to work on the belly, I can bring that towel back, take this top towel, which is nicely folded over now, and draw it up to the base of the breast tissue, underneath the belly, and then we have the belly and the back exposed. Okay? All good? There's our draping. Now I start to show you some, or not doing the massage yet. When we are doing our bolstering, if they have any issues with numbness in the legs or anything like that, we know there's a history of DVT, any risks like that, just straighten that bottom leg, drop that top one up there. You can see that I've got a nice downhill slope here. You can add extra bolstering, especially if they've got really bad hip pain or anything like that as well. We can add extra bolstering underneath the leg bolster. I normally use a thin pillow, whack that underneath the bolster. That's going to lift that bolster up to about here, and then she's going to be nice and flat. So even if I use one of my towels here, it should work in a similar fashion. I'll get a little bit of extra thickness under that bolster. A little bit of extra height there, and there we go, just flattens that thigh out that little bit more. Okay, so if they are having a lot of back pain, we don't want them to rotate too far. If they've got any issues with circulation, the more that leg's dropping across, the more we're kind of cutting the adductors off and ruining blood circulation in the upper leg. Okay. I wouldn't necessarily do this next draping on a pregnant client, but you can do it for your for clients where you want to get high up on the inside of the adductors. And there's a nice easy one. I'll take that towel just underneath the thigh here, so just give me a little lift there. I'm going to tuck that towel in there, and I can take this bottom towel and tuck it up in their undies. And now I've got a good amount of the adductor and the hamstring exposed, medial hamstring. And it was a nice easy draping. So into the bottom of the undies and just underneath the leg. Too easy. And to bring it back out is just the exact opposite. We can bolster, as you were seeing the notes last week, we can put a bolster underneath the belly. Are you comfortable where your belly is? Yeah. You're okay? It's one of those things that you can do. I very rarely do it. I find women don't really want that one. One I do find they like a little bit more though is the rolled up bolster as a cutting. So just cut it over both arms. Okay? See, that's good, excellent. And there's absolutely no way, even if my towel slips here, I've still got a nice bit of chest coverage there, just in case. Towel's never going to slip with arms on it. Yeah, your arms are over, they're cuddled in, so towels aren't ever going to go anywhere, they're not supposed to. Okay, the only thing is just watch when you are lifting that towel up that you don't lift it right up to their arm, because you're going to be lifting a little too high. Okay, so just watch how far you bring up that top towel. Cool? Maybe I could have brought that towel a little bit further forward when she rolled over, so I had a little bit more towel at the back there. I'll do that when we're actually massaging. Done. Too easy. That's your draping.